So welcome back to my channel. This is Dom and an update on some of my recent painting projects. So this first one out the bag, column's not particularly straight. Now look away if you're an ardent French supporter in the Napoleonics. You won't like what I've done here. So you may have seen a link in description or a link here talking about my previous project to build a Neapolitan chocolate box brigade. And it is fair to say I got a little bit carried away and a bit over enthusiastic with that project. Great fun to do, and I've really enjoyed it, and I may yet still be adding a couple of battalions to that formation. Well, as I researched into the army, I discovered all kinds of wonderful uniforms and regiments that that Murat instilled in the army, and one of them was their guard formations. They had 3 guard regiments in the Neapolitan army, and basically they were very similar to the Imperial Guard in terms of the French Imperial Guard in terms of uniforms. I was playing a game over Zoom during lockdown where I got to control Old Guard for a game of shakers and bayonets. Well, actually it was muskets and tomahawks that my mate Graham had adapted with his own version, and I played the Old Guard, and you know what, I quite enjoyed it. But obviously I can't build the Old Guard because they're French. So I thought, I will build the first villetes in the army of Naples, and that's what these are. They are just bizarre. They're obviously the white uniform, which is pretty much all the Italian and Neapolitan troops have. These have a red front facings and cuffs and collars and turnbacks. But bizarrely, and you don't see this in many armies, they have a sort of yellowy, tanny coloured cross belts. Usually they're white or black. That's pretty much the options. But with these guard regiments, they had yellowy sort of tanny colour. I've gone with yellow because I think it just stands out, right? And also because they're villetes, which villetes in the Roman army were light troops. They have green epaulets, tassels, and plumes on their bearskins. Now, I was very tempted to, and I kind of wish I had now. Some of the illustrations I saw of the Neapolitan Guard had a brown busby, a brown bearskin, rather than a black one. But I have to say, majority of the illustrations I saw had black, so that's why I went with black in the end. But I sort of also inclined to wish I'd gone with a brown, just because it would have just made them look very, very different. These are front rank figures. They are an Old Guard battalion pack. They come with 2 flags. Now, I don't think the Neapolitans had 2 flags, so I've had to improvise. This is the correct, well, according to war flags, the correct flag for the Neapolitan Guard, but they only carried 1, so I had to improvise on the second standard bearer because I didn't want to waste a figure, because I would have been a man short in the battalion. So this is the flag for Naples that Murat instigated. So I thought, well, they can carry that too. They're both just paper. I printed them out on my computer printer, and I think they work quite nicely. Just going to be fun to get these out. I mean, you know, who doesn't like bastardizing Old Guard, hey? Turning them into Neapolitan Guard, the first Villete regiment, no less. And I think it just looks fantastic. I'm really pleased with how it's turned out. I can't wait to see Ken and Martin's face when they see this unit. So regular viewers of the Monday Night Plastic Crack podcast will be well aware of these figures. My co-hosts little giggling children, Martin, seventh son, and Steve, on Point HQ, decided it would be so hilarious to send me these models for Badgers and Burrows. I've been talking about it on the. Everyone seems to be very into this game. I kind of not into it or not, but I just think it's bizarre, the whole idea of wargaming with fighting animals. But I must admit, the models are extremely nice. I really did enjoy this. Now, I believe this is a pirate otter. Of course it is. And these two are shrews. There's a shrew pirate and a shrew washerwoman cooking. I don't know. I just paint the things. They sent them to me because they thought it was hilarious, and I then lost them for a while, but then decided and found them again, and decided I'd better paint them just to get them off my back. And actually, I really enjoyed painting them. If I'm honest, don't tell Martin and Steve that because they're big kids and they'll think that's hilarious. I did quite enjoy doing them, and they're such nice models, particularly the otter and the shrew. Really nice detail on them. The fur on this otter is phenomenally good and was perfect for using contrast paints and washes, and I really like the effect, but I'm not doing any more, so that's that. So next up, this is a group of well, I think they're actually supposed to be US Militia from the 1812 campaign, which is basically when the British and the Americans fought. A lot of British Napoleonic veterans were sent to America and fought against the Americans there. These are North Star miniatures. I like them. I know people moan about the muskets, but I really like them. They paint up beautifully well. I've got quite a few. This I bought for playing 1812 with muskets and tomahawks. I've got the American regulars. I've got a couple of blocks of American militia. And yeah, I'm kind of pleased how they came out. Now, these I did mainly muted browns and off-whites and that sort of thing. The illustrations they had on the North Star Miniatures site was much more white uniforms. So I've done the other unit like that, and I'll show you that in a minute. But I didn't want them both to be in those sort of white uniforms. I wanted some to be more frontiermen type looking, which is what I've done with these. But so I really enjoyed them. It's 12 there. They'll go in the stash. I'm not sure when I'll do an 1812 game, but I've got plenty of British to fight them with. Nice to have them as an option, and I guess I could use them for other periods as well. So yeah, so this is the second unit of US Militia, again from North Star Miniatures. And you can see I tried to keep more to the white uniform here. I don't know, I did try and look it up, but I couldn't actually find much details on what the US Militia wore in 1812. And I just took these basically exactly as they were on the North Star page. They had painted figures there, and I just basically copied the outline, right or wrong. But I think they've come out quite nicely, and quite pleased with the effect of them. Again, as I said with the other militia, I don't know how much of muskets and tomahawks I'll do at 1812, but I've now got two groups of 12 militia, plus I've got some regulars, and I think I could probably swap in pretty much any skirmishy types, frontiermen types from AWI into them. They probably wouldn't look out of place, and that gives me another army to fight with for a slightly different period of muskets and tomahawks. So a slight change of scenery for muskets and tomahawks. Again, this is one of the French Canadian officers, or French Marine officer. I don't know much about the French in the French Indian War, again, it's a North Star miniature. They were doing some kind of deal around some of their muskets and tomahawks range, and I bought a French army to be able to use against the British army that I already have. During lockdown, I thought it'd be useful if anybody wanted to play it. over Zoom or what have you, and actually then we all moved on to do something else on Zoom, so the figures stayed in the box. So I've just started to pull them out and paint them because they're jolly nice figures. So that's the officer. So this next is a group of 12, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, yep, 12 Canadian militia from the French-Indian Wars. They're not, again, North Star miniatures, as I say. I bought, in fact, I bought 2 army packs, one for the 1812 Americans and one for the French in the French-Indian Wars, because just to give me another side to play if anybody came to play or we played on Zoom. And I'm quite pleased I have. These are really nice. I know where the French are, and I need to dig them out. French regulars I have somewhere. I know roughly where they are, and I'll dig them out and paint them up at some point as well. But these were immediately to hand and being primed, so I did them up, and I'm not disappointed. I think I do like them. I said before with the other guys, people moan about the North Star muskets sometimes, but actually I really like the whole effect of the model. They're quite chunky, very detailed, and I think they just paint up really nicely. Pleased with the effect of those. So that's them done. And finally, for this painting table, these are 2 Russian officers that I've done for my, well, one is going to be used, this guy, the mounted guy, is going to be used for my Russian black powder army that I'm in the process of painting for Napoleonics, and this guy will be the militia officer for my Opalchany for the for the Shakos and Bayonets winter Russian army that I've built. I've been slowly adding bits and bobs to that. These are both front rank figures. I've been playing a lot with the Opalchany. If you've seen the couple of games I've put up on the channel recently for Shakos and Bayonets, and I realised I didn't have an officer with the same kind of military type hat on, so I bought these 2. This guy, as I say, will command probably a brigade in black powder, because I've got Opalchany brigade planned, and this guy will be the sort of big man, if you like, during the Shakos and Bayonets skirmish games. So he's got the snow effect, which they all have, and he's wearing an overcoat, whereas this guy is still wearing a great coat of some sort, but I've painted him very much more as a sort of more mainstream sort of summery type effect. Lovely figures, really like front rank miniatures. I do hope that somebody buys the company and doesn't let this figure range die, because I've tried my best to buy a few just in case and stockpile a few, but you know, that's only going to take me a few months, whereas we need these figures still on the market for years to come, because they are so good. So hopefully they are maintained with whoever purchases the company into the future. So there you go, that's what I've been up to recently. You've probably seen some stills on the Plastic Crack. So catch us Monday nights on YouTube. It'll be either my channel, Ken on Miniature Wargaming Warrior, or Seventh Son Martin, or Steve on Point HQ. One of us hosts it each week, and you could, all these figures I've shown in various stills there, but wanted to show those who don't watch that, or just so you can see them in more detail on the turntable of doom. So there you go, that's what I've been up to. Plenty of figures, been really productive, and enjoying getting these paints out and figures finished up. Hope you're doing well, stay safe, and I'll see you again soon. This is Dom, signing out. So thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a like, and even if you didn't, hit the dislike, but please just explain why. It's really difficult to know when you get a dislike whether what the reason is. Maybe they just hate me, but maybe it's because you didn't like the subject, but it'd just be helpful to know. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button so you see when I put stuff up. And if you're feeling particularly generous, there's a Patreon page linked to the channel, which helps me out when I'm trying to do stuff for the future, and also a link to some
merchandise like t-shirts and so forth that you might be interested in. So thanks for watching once again. Stay safe, stay well, and I'll see you again soon. This is Dom signing out.